Dick Vermeil is with us on Radio Row at Super Bowl 49 here in Phoenix, Arizona. He coached in 2 Super Bowls and won one with the St. Louis Rams. Dick, first of all, I feel Paul Gleiser should be doing this interview because he's our local wine connoisseur.
I see that, yeah.
When and how did you become you're a winemaker and one of the best in the country? You've been recognized.
Well, I'm not a winemaker. I'm involved in the wine business. I'm a wine drinker. I grew up in the Napa Valley, Calistoga, north end of the Napa Valley, and I grew up helping my grandfather Vermeil make our wines. So I've always had the interest. And I started bottling some Vermeil Cabernet, Jean-Louis Vermeil, my great-grandfather on the French side's name, my dad's name, in honor of them for fun. 100 cases, 150 cases, 200 cases for 10, 15 years, and we turned that whole hobby into a full-fledged business in 2008. This year we sold 3,700 cases of wine.
Vermeil Wines of the Napa Valley, a new wine maker. Young man named Thomas Brown, is that right?
Thomas Rivers Brown, yes. Outstanding. He's made many wines that score 100. You can't get any better than 100. His assistant, Andy Jones, does a great job. They're taking over our winemaking. He lives in Calistoga. The wine is made in Calistoga at Tamber Bay now, and Paul Smith has been making it, who's our partner. We outgrew On the Edge Winery, and that's a good sign. That's a good sign. And hopefully, if Thomas Brown's profile stays intact, that our wines will grow in demand. He doesn't make a lot of wine, and you got to get in line to get it. And hopefully that'll happen to ours.
You coached the Eagles, lost that game in the Super Bowl, but won with the St. Louis Rams. What are the coaches? We talk so much about the players. What are the coaches going through, the head coaches of these two teams, Dick, going through this week leading up to this game?
Well, I think most of them are probably trying to stick to as close to the routine as they used through the 16-game season, trying to stick close. So they've had 2 weeks to prepare, and I would say most of them get their game plans 90% resolved and organized in the week before they come here. Now all they do is dress rehearsal, practice, but practice pretty much as they have all along. And of course, nobody's had more experience than Belichick, so he ain't going to screw it up for lack of understanding of how to prepare a team for a big game, And of course, Seattle was here last year, and so they know what they're doing. But I think they're going through pretty much what they've been going through all year.
Let's talk about some coaches, especially a couple of guys that Cowboys fans are familiar with. Job that Jason Garrett did this year. He seemed to, in the mind of many, kind of grow up as a head coach this year. What, from looking at him from afar, what did you see perhaps in him that maybe he hadn't done before?
Well, we as head coaches all need good help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Defensive coordinator came in there, did a great job. Scott Linehan with the offense did a great job. It freed up the head coach to be the head coach, be the leader of the organization, get involved in all the decisions, not just the play that he's going to call. Get involved deeply in the evaluation of every player, because now he can roam the field, he can study each position, he can watch each video, and you become a better leader. And I think that's what he did. I'm excited for him. I like him. I knew his dad. His dad was an NFL scout, old college coach in the Ivy League area, and so I respect him, and I'm pleased to see him do well.
You didn't try to call your own plays, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
I did in Philadelphia. I did UCLA. I did at Napa College. I did it freshman team at Stanford. I did in high school.
But you changed by the time you got to the Rams, right?
Well, yeah, because I'd been out 14 years, and there was no way I was going to be able to come back after a 14-year layoff and be my own offensive coordinator. In fact, I was a detriment initially, trying to think I could, in interfering. I learned not to interfere and just support and make sure the player was in the right frame of mind to be coached. I did a better job as a head coach.
We argued on the air on Wednesday about Jimmy Johnson, who's going in trying to get into the Hall of Fame.
He will one day.
He only coached 9 years and doesn't have a huge body of work. But he won 2 Super Bowls and had an impact. So what do you think? Is he a Hall of Famer?
I think he's a Hall of Fame coach, yes. Whether he gets in now, someday he's going to get in. Someday he's going to get in. They only take one coach every so many years.
Right.
And I've been in the running for a number of years, and If you get in, fine. If you don't get in, fine. Jimmy Johnson isn't going to base his whole career on whether somebody thinks he's a Hall of Fame coach. He knows what he did.
But you don't. A point is, you don't have to go out and win 200 games.
Yeah.
Is it an impact? Is it a long body of work, or is it the impact
I
that you're
think
looking for?
the big thing is he took a franchise that was struggling, losing. You know, I did a study on all the NFL, on every Super Bowl team. I did a study. What happened when the coach took over? What was happening the 7 years prior to him taking it over? Okay. And it's a hell of a lot easier to take over a team that's been win 70% of their games and keep them winning and go to the Super Bowl than it is to take over a team that's been winning 30% of their games for 7 years and take them to the Super Bowl. And Jimmy Johnson took a team that had been losing, rebuilt the organization. He really took 3 teams to the Super Bowl. His assistant took the 3rd one, right?
Right, absolutely. Finally, if you were working for Jerry Jones, first of all, could you? And if you were trying to coach for Jerry Jones, what would you? Do you think he changed this year?
I couldn't change Jerry Jones, but I think I could work with him and for him. Yeah, he wants the same thing I want. That's my thinking. He wants to win, and you've got to be, as a coach, not let your ego get in the way, and try to create an atmosphere in which you're both on the same page for the same reasons. You know, and nobody wants to win anymore in Jerry Jones. You know, he's more involved. And I think if you were a coach with a real big ego, it might bother you because he might be getting some credit you think you deserve. You know what I always said: if you need credit, go to the bank. That's the business they're in. You know, that's the business they're in. So, yeah, I could work for Jerry Jones. You know, I'm the only coach that's coached more than one team that has never been fired in the NFL.
Right.
I'm proud of that.
Absolutely.
I spent time coaching the coach. Coaching the owner. You know, and if I didn't like scotch and he drank scotch, I learned to drink scotch. You know, so I'm serious now.
Right? No, I agree.
Leonard Toast loved scotch. I hated scotch. He never drank a glass of wine. I learned to drink scotch, and also helped me go to the Super Bowl. But I had to coach him too.
Who wins Sunday?
Who wins Sunday? If I was going to pick a winner, I would pick New England. But, you know, last year I picked Denver, so
as did I.
Believe me.
Thanks, Dick. We appreciate
All right,
it.
thank you.